A common question I get quite often, especially from younger guys actually, is the question, should I be bulking or should I be cutting? Well, you tell me. Certainly if you're under muscularly developed in all areas, then you should be consuming in excess and surplus of calories. You can't expect to grow any formidable amount of muscle while being in a calorie deficit. So, how to bulk? This is going to be quite an obvious one for a lot of people, but on the other hand, I think it's going to be quite eye-opening for a lot as well, including intermediate as well, because I do think a lot of people have this topic and this concept arse way about. So I'm going to try to condense how to bulk in under 5 minutes ish. For those of you not clued in, bulking is the method to which the athlete is in a calorie surplus, meaning consuming extra calories, meaning consuming extra food, more than their maintenance requirements, meaning eating more food to gain weight, meaning, well, if you don't know what that means. In order to grow muscle, basically the body needs to be in a calorie surplus mode. Not always if you're a beginner perhaps, but more or less. Most studies state it takes about 2,000 calories to build a pound of muscle. Calculating that over a year, it isn't that much, but best being on the safe side and consuming more. If it's not to challenge your palate for the next eating competition, but to enjoy yourself. But if you have some serious relationship issues with food, then no. So, to do this, consuming foods rich in dense nutrients is the key here. Getting big muscularly doesn't mean consuming foods with no deliverance in rich nutrients. It means consuming foods rich in nutrients. A plate of sausages and a cake isn't going to give you much. However, a big steak with a bunch of potatoes will. Along with some treats like ice cream is a great one, especially if you're a skinny chap. The key to all this, however, the thing no one bothers overstating when it comes to discussing bulking and getting big, is training intensely and progressively lifting heavy is the key. That's what's going to deliver you size. The amount of guys I've helped who have struggled to gain size, skinny guys, and they tell me they eat full pizzas at night and they're of 2,000 calories over their needs, but don't grow size is quite common. But as soon as they just focus on more nutriently dense foods and change their training to actually lifting progressively heavy and getting stronger, suddenly their mass increases. This is not a difficult concept, it's rather simple. It's your training that is going to be the considering factor in all this, the key to growth. The eating fuels you, it increases your potential to get stronger, increases your body ability to maintain muscle and to grow it. But other than that, in my opinion, the training here is key. And of course, not being on a diet. Allow me to propose an analogy and consider it. Say you're going on holiday and someone asks you, how did you get there? Your answer generally isn't 300 gallons of fuel. Your answer would be, well, I got there by plane. Meaning the plane was the main factor point in reaching your destination. The fuel, however, while the fuel is required for the plane and the plane is also required for the fuel, the main considering factor is the plane itself. It's the same thing with building strength. The nutrients is your fuel, that's important. But without the training, the nutrients are useless. That's why some people say the physique is built, 90% of the physique is built in the kitchen and 10% is training. I wholeheartedly disagree with that statement, because if someone eats nutriently well and dense foods and healthy, they still may not obtain the physique they're desired. Why? Because it's the training that gives them the physique. Quite simply, if you're someone that has been trying to grow size for a long period of time, now with little to no success, applying these methods in theory will work. Some of the problems I see guys going through is not being patient enough. They bulk for a while, say 3 months, then go back to trying to cut. If you do that, you're practically burning any muscle gains you made in that previous 3 months as when you're on a diet. The key is trying to maintain muscle. Of course you won't maintain it all, but the key is to try to hold on to as much as you can. With progressive training, you may find your strength continues to soar month after month with little to no composition change, but it eventually will physically change, trust me, usually within a rather short period of rapid time frame. If you have good genetics, maybe 6 to 7 months, others 8 to 10, some 11 to 12 months. Be patient here, trust the process. If you have no reason to diet, then why bother? You're a growing boy or girl, eat big, train big, buy an extra small t-shirt like I do, look good in it, struggle to be able to take it off at night because you've let yourself go too far, and never show yourself without a t-shirt on until you start dieting again. Then we will all develop some serious body dysmorphia. But mainly, have fun with it all.